What's going on, guys? In this video, I'll give you 6 tips that will help you drop the stubborn body fat that you've been carrying on and you're not able to get rid of. Well, this video will help you, alright? Especially for natural lifters. It's super easy to drop from 25 to 20% just by eating a little bit better and starting to move. But once you're under 15%, it gets a bit more challenging. You want to get rid of that last layer of fat, and this video is for you. 6 tips to help you drop the stubborn body fat. Let's go. Number 1. Nutrient timing, alright? It's important. Nutrient timing. Eating all your calories in one meal and eating all your calories separated in many different meals will make a difference, alright? It will. And I'll give you many options how it will. First of all, let's say you're not having a pre or post-workout meal. Well, this is an extra stress that you're putting in your body. Let's say you finish your workout and you don't have a post-workout meal. It's an extra stress that will not only impact your stress, but also will impact the way you recover, the way you're building muscle mass, and more stress, your body is not in an optimal state to burn fat, build muscle mass, recover. You're in this fight or flight mode, all right? A lot of people stay there because they wake up, they don't have a breakfast, but they'll track all their calories and they just try to hit their macros. But at the end of the day, it's more complex than that, and the nutrient timing is important. Having a breakfast first thing in the morning is important, all right? It is important. You need to have protein in your system at least every, let's say, 3 hour and a half, 4 hours, a good amount of protein. And having them all in one meal or 2 meals a day will make a difference, especially when you're at that last, let's say, stage where you want to drop that body fat percentage and get rid of that last layer of fat. You have to optimize every single factor, and nutrient timing is one of them. All right, so I'm a big fan of pre-workout meals, post-workout meals. You know me, I like fueling my body before the training. All right, and because we also want to build muscle mass. Yes, you want to get lean, but it doesn't mean that you don't focus on building muscles anymore, because building muscles will help you accelerate your metabolism, burn more calories, and drop that body fat. All right, so keep that in mind. So nutrient timing. Number 2, carbs pre and post workout. I spoke about it, but it's something that I do, is that I only eat my carbs pre and post workout. All right, for me to drop to, let's say, 10% body fat, that's what I will do. I will cut my carbs throughout the whole day except my pre and post workout meal, and that's the only times that I'll have my carbs. For the rest of the day, my meals will look like ground beef, a lot of veggies or chicken, a lot of veggies, some Greek yogurt, and some fruits. All right, but no starches for the rest. I will have toast in the morning, sourdough, white bread, and oats with a banana post-workout, and that's gonna be pretty much it for my carbs. Of course, I'm gonna have some protein with them. All right, so it's also different having your carbs post-workout and skipping them post-workout and having them only at night, because having your carbs will also lower that stress that you got from training, will help you recover, will help you bring more water in your muscles, more muscle glycogen. So it goes back to nutrient timing. All right, having your post-workout meal right after you train and 5 hours later will impact you, because you're an advanced lifter or you're an intermediate advanced lifter. You have a little bit of stubborn fat left. You want to get to that optimization where you're making sure everything is spot on. All right, so carbs pre and post workout. Number 3, keeping your training intense. A lot of people, when they start getting shredded, they start going lighter. All right, I'm trying to look for nice words. So they start going lighter on their training. They don't push as hard. They start going more on machines. They start stopping 2 or 3 reps before failure, or 5 reps before failures. They don't go as intense. And keeping your training intensity high, pushing your sets to failure. All right, I'm not saying every single set, but having a few sets of pushing to failure, having a few heavy sets. Yes, you will not be benching as you bench on a bulk, but it still is important to keep those big lifts in, keep those intense workouts in, because that's where it will also help you not only burn fat, because that's important. You're burning more calories now in your workouts. Instead of just burning 300, you're burning maybe 600 a workout, and it will help you optimize your muscle mass, your muscle growth. All right, a lot of people, when they're in a cut, they start losing muscle mass. They're not as strong anymore, and it's normal. But you don't want to be losing muscles, you don't want to be going super light on your workouts, but keep pushing yourself to force your body to maintain that muscle mass. All right, because less muscles mean that your metabolism slows down and it will not help. All right, and of course, don't just do cardio, you gotta keep those intense sessions in. Number 4, it's a little bit similar, but it's keeping your compounds lift in, which means you're cutting. It doesn't mean that now you will be avoiding your squats, your bench press, your deadlifts, your barbell rows, your pull-ups. A lot of people avoid them when they try to cut because they're like, well, I don't want to get injured, I don't want to push as much, so now I'll just go on a machine and press up. It's not the same thing. All right, especially as naturals, the compound lifts are crucial for us, all right, because the impact it has on the nervous system, on our hormones, is just insane. So keep those compound lifts in and keep them the priority of your workouts. 99% of people, when they're cutting and they don't feel as strong, they don't feel as energized, they start taking it so easy on their workout, and instead of doing a barbell squat, they'll start doing those leg presses and leg extension. It's not going to be the same results, and it will impact your cutting. All right, so keep those compound lifts in. Number 5, NEAT, non-exercise, what was it? But anyways, the NEAT is basically all the calories that you're burning aside of your training. All right, so this could be the walks, going for a walk. Let's say you're home and you're talking on the phone, you can stand up and start walking. You can walk to do your groceries instead of taking the car. All right, what else? Well, everything aside of your training where you're burning calories. And a lot of people, well, I think we're burning more in our needs than our trainings itself. All right, so see what you do else in your day. Me, I work standing. I'm standing all the day. I'm a personal trainer. I'm giving weights to my client. I'm adjusting the cables. I'm doing this. I'm lifting weight all day for work. But it helps me burn a lot of calories. So find something that you can do outside of training that wouldn't kind of affect your lifestyle. Maybe walking, maybe if you like watching a podcast, do it while walking around the house. I don't know, but things like that. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's super important. That's why I say 10,000 steps a day minimum. All right, super important. Keep walking, keep your steps in. And now number 6, stress and sleep. You want to manage your stress and sleep, because when your body is super stressed, what happens is that your body starts releasing cortisol. Cortisol is basically a hormone that will put you in that, well, cortisol is a catabolic hormone, right? So basically it will start breaking down tissue, breaks down muscles, breaks down fat to burn, to produce energy, because your body is in this fight or flight mode. When you're super stressed, you're having a bad day, you didn't sleep well, now your boss is screaming at you, you're in this fight or flight mode. Your body is not in an optimal state. The priority is not building muscle or burning body fat anymore, all right? But the priority is getting you out of that stressful situation, all right? And most people will start compensating with junk food because they want a fast source of pleasure. Oh, I'm so stressed, my boss been screaming at me, I didn't sleep well, I'm having a bad day. Okay, let me order that pizza so I feel good. Let me watch pornography so now I'll feel good. All those sources of pleasure that are super fast, but that will cause a lot of drawbacks on the long term, all right? So make sure that you optimize your sleep. Make sure that you're sleeping at least 7 hours a night. All right, if you're just sleeping 3-4 hours a night, it's not enough, guys. A lot of people will sleep 3-4 hours and wake up early morning to go do their cardio. Well, it's better for you to keep sleeping and not do the cardio. You'll get better results, all right? Because when you don't sleep enough, you're impacting your hormones. When your cortisol levels are high, testosterone levels drops. Now your body is not optimizing your muscle growth, and you're in a vicious cycle, all right? So make sure sleep well and lower your stress. Super important. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And you know, fat burners can come a little bit later. If you optimize all of the factors that I just spoke about, fat burners can come in. Tracking the calories is important, but I've never tracked my calories because the only thing I would track would be my carbs and my fats intake. Protein, I'll eat as much as I want. Fruits, veggies, as much as I want. The only thing I'll track would be my starches and my fat intake, and that's pretty much it. And then I'll adjust. I'll look in the mirror. Okay, Me, I eat 80 grams of carbs pre, 80 grams post. Now, if I want to shred down more, I'll go for 70, 70, 60, 60, and adjust, all right? The mirror is your best friend. Look in the mirror and see how you feel, how you look, and adjust from there. You can either add walks. So basically, if you have a baseline, you can be like, okay, now it's time for me to shred more. Let me add 2,000 steps of walking a day. Or you don't have time to walk, maybe drop the carbs. A bit of carbs pre